tow truck that has the tow hitch on behind it, of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, all thoughts across the board believe that as soon as the bill landed in the Senate, the senators, Democrats, were going to rubber stamp the provisions as received. That's no longer the case. Apparently, senators across the board are stepping up and saying that the provisions of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package were not consulted with them, they're too small, or they're too inapplicable, and they're going to vote against it. This is actually good news for you because they're not going to actually derail the stimulus package from getting approved. They're going to try to make it go bigger and bold. And for the first time ever, we're seeing the test of the president's first term in office and his first ability to get legislative action approved in a different era and a different sentiment. Wall Street's closed, but from Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home, thank you for joining me on Mornings LATE, the most comprehensive financial and business news channel across the globe, reporting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We started at 1 o'clock this morning with EIDL. Please watch that. I'll have more exciting news about EIDL later in this broadcast. Then we were back at 2 a.m. with FPUC. I have big exciting news about FPUC. Watch that massive standalone show that's currently archived on the channel. You can find older shows from earlier today at youtube.com/LLate. And then we came back with a double header, early mornings LLate at 3 and 3:30. So catch those as well. Meantime, thank you for the new subscribers. And if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing. This is the most comprehensive business channel there is, with in-depth reporting, comprehensive reporting, and the most interactive interface across the globe. We're currently simulcast this morning on Instagram. Also, if you're not considered becoming a member, consider becoming a member. The link is at the top of the chat and also in the descriptions of this video and in the pinned comment. As we start a new day, I wish the deepest thoughts to the Midwest and the East Coast as they are breaking out of a massive snowstorm with pileups of tow hitches and tow trucks across the board. Not your stimulus package, but tow hitches and tow trucks. Massive outages and snow drifts everywhere. And Congress is done. Congress is finally done with the impeachment of Donald Trump. It ended in an acquittal over the weekend. It was the slowest impeachment process ever, but it was also the most distractive at the most important time of stimulus relief. When President Joe Biden was elected into office, he said that on day one, he wanted the stimulus package on his table. It wasn't on his table. And he called for an emergency and urgent relief to go to millions of Americans and urged upon his cabinet members to send out that relief to to Americans right away. He hasn't done that. Rather, on Friday, the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen's top priority was establishing a czar underneath her to deal with climate. Climate is not an urgent and immediate concern. It continues to be one of the rallying cries of the president. And yet the stimulus relief has delayed and delayed, not because of the Republicans, but because of the president. One of the number one questions I've gotten from viewers that I have no idea the answer of is that the stimulus bill currently in the House will be called for a vote on February 22nd because the bill has in there that it's called for a vote no later than February 22nd. Why February 22nd? Why was it not last Friday? Why is it not this Tuesday? Why was it not last Thursday? Ironically, the House was done with the bill last week. All the House subcommittees were done with marking up the bill, which they're allowed to by law. There's procedures and rules of the House of Representatives they got to follow. But those rules and procedures were done by last Thursday. So they were done with marking up the bill, and we had the final provisions of the bill. Members of this channel had the final provisions of the bill, and it was ready for a vote last Thursday. So why not a vote? Was it because it's Valentine's Day and they got to go in the mirror and kiss themselves? I love you. I love you. Oh, I love you. No, you love me. I love you. The narcissism of congressional leaders to look in the mirror and say they love each other may have held up your stimulus package. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is no one really understands why the vote could not have been called Thursday or Friday and could not have been called tomorrow. But the good news is that while Congress may be in the mirror kissing each other and kissing themselves, the true testament of Valentine's Day in Congress is self-love. Self-love. I don't mean love for the lobsters. I don't mean love for the $12 ice cream. I don't mean love for the AOC pot bills. I mean self-love. You're wonderful and you know it. You're amazing. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I try my best. The self-love is done. It's time to get back to work, Congress. It's time to get that stimulus package out. But here's the shocking twist at the 5-minute mark is that while the House of Representatives will pass the bill as written, and that passing the bill will be done no later than February 22nd, the Senate may not. What? When did this come out of my left pocket? Now, I'm going to again say this does not mean you're not getting a stimulus check. This does not mean that the stimulus package has been derailed. This means great news that people with a mindset that work different than the herd mentality, as one would say, different than the tribe on broadcast news yesterday. They talked about the tribes of Congress, that they only work in tribes, the Republicans and Democrats, and that you can't not think alone. Well, the parties of tribes may be dissented and broken apart next week because certain Democrats are saying, I need to go higher. I need to go higher. And here's where you have your opportunity to drive that tow truck in and say, yes, you have to go higher. This is a big moment and this is a big day for you. It'll start around February 22nd. Let me go over the details shortly, but there's exciting news across the board. Let me go over some big numbers for you. First, under the first stimulus package, people are getting the remainder of their $10,000 EIDL grant. Yes, people are finally getting that $10,000 stimulus check. Yes, and I don't mean just low-income based communities. Yes, viewers of this channel, volunteers this channel have been alerted by SBA.gov that they are now eligible the remainder of their $10,000 EIDL grant from 2020. That's the first stimulus package. Yes, this is huge. It means that SBA has moved through the low-income based 2020 applicants and are now at the general 2020 applicants and are reaching out to them, say, hi, you want the remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant stimulus check? Let me think about it. $10,000. Honey, do we want the $10,000? Honey, the SBA says, do we want the remaining $10,000? No, not $10, honey, $10,000. Do we want it? Yeah, I think we want it. This is really good news. This is really good news. Second item of really insanely great news is that the second stimulus, now we're going to the second stimulus, the second stimulus is rent and utilities and food is now available at the cities and states for you to get. I know you reached out to them in October, November, December, when we talked about it on this channel, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, right now. That was my hand expression. And you said, oh, city of LA don't have anything. City of no money has no money. Well, guess what? They all got money now. They all got that $300 billion from the second stimulus package, the Mar-a-Lago stimulus, the one that was signed in Mar-a-Lago by President Donald Trump. They have the money now. So go back to them. Remember how I said save that phone number, get that pad of paper out where I said save that phone number in October, November for rent, utilities, and food? They have it now. If you didn't save the number, you never called them back then, call them now. Call your state housing authority, city housing authority, county housing authority. You can get $5, $10, $15, $20,000 of rent. This is a lot of money. Don't wait. Don't wait. If you don't know how to do this, or you tried it and you're confused, don't worry. This is the channel that helps people. This is the channel where everyone helps one another. And reach out to the volunteers in the community page, volunteers in the description of this video. These volunteers are viewers of this channel like you. The viewers of this channel step up and help one another. We all here help one another. If you've been away because you were annoyed by the impeachment hearings, you've gone away because you lost power because of the snowstorm last week, you've gone away because you were upset that they didn't pass stimulus on day one. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the family. I see the surges in subscribers. I see the surges in viewership. Welcome back to the best channel there is. And I'm very excited to debut to you the new LLA coming soon. It's very, very soon from now. I'm not going to tell you what day, but it's very, very exciting. And I'm very excited for what this family is going to have. We're at 99 million views in 9 months. We're a million away. We will get there, but I want to get it there as soon as possible. So make sure you watch Early Mornings LA today, the Overnights LA show. Watch all the shows. Tell your friends to watch. Tell your friends. Share these videos on Facebook. Share these videos on Instagram. Bring the viewers in. Bring new subscribers in because we want to get to 100 million viewers. And we're just 1 million away. No one in the history of broadcasting news has ever, not only YouTube, broadcast news as well, no one in the history of broadcast news has ever amassed 100 million views in 9 months. It's unheard of. And at this family, I want us to get to it as soon as possible. We're just a few hundred thousands away. So let's get there. So that money in the state and local, it's there for you to get for rent. Go get it. Reach out to the volunteers. news.la.com/community. There is a series of cats on the front of the page. You go down the page and then you see the volunteers' names. All right, let's get to the third stimulus package. The third stimulus package has a stimulus check in there. $1,400 for an individual. $2,800 for adult dependents. Excuse me. What did I say? Sorry, I know that was a slip. $1,400 for individuals, $2,800 for married couples, $1,400 for children, $1,400 for adult dependents. And yes, the numbers are not particularly correct. Meantime, if you're a parent of a parent of 7, you will get up to a $35,000 stimulus check. If you're a restaurant owner, you can get up to a $5 million stimulus check. If you are a taco truck owner, you can get up to a $5 million stimulus check. If you are a parent of anyone, a parent of a child, not a parent of a husband that doesn't do anything. Hey, Mary, thank you for the dancing pair. I really appreciate it. There is a lot of money in here. Let me go through the details. First, the $35,000 stimulus check. I'm sure you're asking about it. So this is how it works. Children that are newborn to age 5 will get $5,000 stimulus checks. Yes, they're getting $3,600 plus $1,400. Let me tell you when they're paid. The $1,400 are paid right after the bill gets passed. The $3,600 gets paid $300 a month starting the month of July. It's incredible. It's incredible. I'll say that again. The $1,400 gets paid right after the bill gets passed, like your stimulus check, like everyone else's stimulus check. And the $3,600 stimulus check gets paid $300 a month starting the month of July. Every month, $300 a month. That's per child. So if you got 7 kids, times that by 7. 7 times 5, $35,000. Now, the only number in there that could possibly get modified down is the number of dependents in the household. The number in the household may limit the $1,400 amount, but it won't limit the $3,600 amount. How does this work? If you're a parent of a child newborn to age 5, you will get $3,600 for that child. If the child is 6 to 17, again 6 to 17, you will get $3,000. An incredible sum of money. If you're a business owner, you can get a $5,000 EIDL grant, plus something else. The plus is very unclear. I'll have more about that when we see the bill. If you are a student in college, apparently you will get a $3,100 stimulus check. A college student will get a $3,100 stimulus check. How will they get it? They'll get $1,700 in student aid plus the $1,400 stimulus check, if I did my math correctly on camera. Doing math on camera is one of the hardest things in the world. It really is. So you got to pause. You got to do the math. You got to look like you're not zoning out. It's just hard to do math on camera and look like you're not zoning out. $1,700 plus $1,400 for that college student. The casino operator, he will get $5 million plus $1,400. God bless him. Sirloin's friend at the casino, the owner of the casino. The 1,400. If you don't know what the casino is where the chief lobbyist for the cows go. And his name is Sirloin. He is one of the good friends of the family of this channel. He's a cow. They were like, "Why is he talking about cow? Did I miss something?" Yes, you did miss something. Catch up. I think we need cliff notes for this channel sometimes. I don't know why. I think some viewers went to the casino last night, so you're just sort of waking up and joining. There's 800 people in the room, so there they go. The people from the casino just joined the room. They just were out last night, very late, having their Valentine's moolah, and they got a little tipsy with 1,600 minutes on the clock and 1,000 in the room and 361 likes. Oh Lord, let's get those likes up. Hit that like button. Let's get to 1,500 people in the room and let's get to 1,000 likes. Hit that like button. The like button is very important to like because the algorithm of YouTube depends on hitting that like button. The algorithm of the YouTube has not been the channel's friend for a couple of weeks. We've made some back end changes, and I think hopefully they will help. They have been ranking UFOs took your stimulus check as the #1 search results lately. And I really don't think you care to know if UFOs took your stimulus check. I think you need to know where LLA is. So there you go. The big update at the 16-minute mark is that Joe Biden had thought that when his $1.9 trillion stimulus package lands in the Senate, that the Senate, led by Democrats, would just stamp it and sign it off and send it on its way. No, that's actually not going to be happening. Not one, not two, but three Democrats that I know of so far that have publicly said this have now come out and say they're voting against the bill. They're voting against the bill unless they have their way. And I got to tell you, I don't think they're going to change. And I got to tell you, I think you need to get more of them against the bill as well. Against the bill? How does this work? Well, it's basically a Bernie Sanders December 2020 move. It's basically causing a ruckus and saying, hey, this is what's wrong. Do this or I'm going to vote against the bill. And then they modify the bill. And then the bill is modified the right way. And at that point, then we're happy and the bill's passed. It's not so much they're going to kill the bill. It's that they're going to cause a ruckus. It's sort of like saying, you go to the cash register person. You say, these shoes I'm about to have a mark on them. Can I get a 10% off because they got marked up on the shelves? And the manager says, I don't know. And you're like, listen, either you want to sell them or you don't, because I'm going to leave them here if you don't give me this discount on the shoes. They're marked up. Okay, all right, I'll give you the 10% off. Oh, thank you so much. So that's basically how it's happening. It's not like you're not going to take the shoes. It's that you're just causing a little bit of a ruckus. Joe Manchin and another senator will vote against the bill if they do not take out the $15 federal minimum wage. Number one, that's two senators right there. Number three, Ron Wyden, the Democrat out of Oregon, has said he will vote against the bill unless there is FPUC done correctly. And I got to tell you, his comments are so powerful that I've asked for the followers of this channel to absolutely cause a tsunami of support behind him on social media. Get a tsunami of support behind Ron Wyden, W-Y-D-E-N. He's a Democrat out of Oregon because he says there's three problems with the FPUC. And of those those problems concern other parts of the stimulus package. One, he says, well, first of all, it should be $600, should not be $400. I'm not going to agree to $400 a week. Number two, he says I'm not going to have it expire. Why does it expire in August? Number three, he says it should be tied to economic factors and should never expire unless those economic factors go away. Those last two are huge because people always ask me, will we get more stimulus checks? People always ask me, what's going to happen next? You know what? Can we just take Ron Wyden's factors and apply them to everything else? You get another stimulus check. in 6 months from now, if unemployment doesn't go down below 500,000. Done. The LA late bill. I mean, just sort of done. Why do we have to come back and argue about a stimulus check for the next till we're blue in the face? Let me tell you what the unemployment numbers are. Unemployment numbers before the pandemic hit, the week before the pandemic started, were 200,000. They were the lowest unemployment numbers in U.S. history. They were 200,000 for a while under Trump. When the pandemic hit, they shot up to 1 million. They stayed at 1 million for 22, almost 30 weeks. Then they came down to 800, then they shot up to a million, then they went down to 700,000. Now they're up at 800,000. They're not doing well. These numbers are not doing well. There's no way to spin it. They've hovered between 700,000 to 1.1 million for a very long time. And the point is that if the number for unemployment is not good, you should just get another stimulus check in a few weeks. This should be this stimulus check, and there should be another stimulus check after that. If unemployment numbers are not good, why are we coming back? This is what Ron Wyden said. Ron Wyden said we shouldn't come back every 10 seconds. Oh, I don't have his quote in front of me. He basically says we should not be coming back to Congress every 10 seconds. Senators are busy with other stuff. We should just keep on sending out relief until we're done. It's simple. Stimulus check, if unemployment numbers are not improved, again, done. People ask me, when do you think you're going to get another stimulus check? I said, if unemployment doesn't improve, of course you're going to get another stimulus check. But here's the problem. It's not so much that you will get one. It's the question of when you get one. Let's do that again. You and I know you will get another stimulus check if unemployment numbers are bad. You and I know that. It's just simple. The question is when. Let's say 4 months from now, unemployment numbers are still bad, then of course you're going to get another stimulus check. But the problem is if we start talking about it at month 4, then it could take 2 months to get the check out. It shouldn't be done that way. There should be a provision in the bill that says Treasury at month 4, or month 5, if unemployment not good, just send out a check. Just send out a check. Done. I mean, just done. We shouldn't have to continually be doing this every 10 seconds. $1,400, $2,000, $2,400, says Jerry. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about the number, but I think it's the frequency of the check that's so important. People always say, L.A., why aren't you present? I just do logic. I mean, I just do logic and I do numbers, I do economics. I don't understand why they can't understand this. Ron Wyden understands this. He says, why is FPUC expiring in August? Here's the problem. Here's the rub. I do have this quote on set. Despite the surprising speed of recovery early on, we are still very far from a strong labor market whose benefits are broadly shared. That's Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, last week. Janet Yellen said the same comment. She said that she does not expect full reemployment of the population until next year. Also, the current jobs number showed that in January showed only 6,000 new jobs created. 6,000 new jobs created doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it. And it also showed that 40% of people who are unemployed currently have been unemployed for 6 months long term. And that number is approaching the 46% record set by the Great Recession, meaning that people who are unemployed are continuing to be unemployed. Numbers are no good. Numbers suggest that we are really bad on unemployment. The president himself said we're very bad on numbers. We saw the jobs report right now. Only 6,000 private jobs will be created. And at that way, it's going to take 10 years before we get to full reemployment. That's not hyperbole. I got it. So this stimulus package has to go out. You got it. It has to have FPUC and stimulus check. And it has to have hazard pay, and it has to have EIDL, and it has to have rent, and it has all those things. But guess what? We're so far away from normality that in 4 or 5 months, we should be back with this again. And we shouldn't have to go through a 2-month ordeal again. Understand, the president said this bill was going to be done on day 1, which is January 20th. We're approaching, what day is today? Hey, Jamie, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. We're approaching the 1-month mark. and we don't have a bill. It shouldn't take 1 to 2 months to do these bills every single time. Because if it takes 2 months to do these bills and we come back in April, then that means you don't have the stimulus out until June. That doesn't work. Everyone welcome Jamie to the family. Thank you for becoming a part of this family. There should be Ron Wyden says where FPUC should be tied to unemployment and should not expire is categorically important. The stimulus check should be tied to unemployment as well. The stimulus check should be tied to unemployment, and there should be a new stimulus check going out in March or April if unemployment is not improved. It's as simple as that. It's very simple. It's very, very, very simple. FPUC, do more weeks of FPUC. Do another round of FPUC. Grants, business grants, do another round of EIDL grants in March or April. We keep on doing rounds of PPP. Why not keep on doing rounds of EIDL? Just keep on doing more rounds of these things. If things don't improve, just do rounds of this. It's very simple. Let me go over all the other deal provisions of the third stimulus package. Currently, it's FPUC $400 a week from March to August. It's PUA and UI from March to August. It is rent for low-income, middle-class, homeless, facing homeless, and mortgage money. It is $1,700 for a college student. It is $1,400 for paid sick leave, up to $1,400. It's hazard pay for an unknown amount. It's $5,000 EIDL grant. It's PPP. It's up to $5 million for a restaurant location, as low as down to a taco truck. And there's more. Now, if you're watching this video and you just joined me at the 26-minute mark and you are wondering about rent, don't wonder. Reach out to the volunteers right now. You should use the resources that are out there for rent right now. The rent that's available from you right now is available in your city, county, and state from first and second stimulus. You call up your city hall, city housing authority, your county hall, your county housing authority, your state offices, your state housing authority. That's 6 departments to call. Ask them if they have rent assistance because of COVID. That's all you ask. You don't ask for stimulus. You don't ask for stimulus, you don't ask for grants. You say, do you have rent assistance because of COVID? And do it very simple like that. And they will help you get you rent. Rent, when you're looking for first and second stimulus, is different than third stimulus. Third stimulus has these requirements. You have to be behind on rent. You have to be this and that. Don't wait for third stimulus for rent. Also, utilities. Call up your utility company. Call up water, gas, electric, heating, oil. Say, I'm having problems paying my bill because of COVID. Do you have any relief? Finally, if you have problems doing that, reach out to the volunteers in the description of this video. They're doing about 100 cases a day. They're absolutely wonderful. They're viewers like you. They're viewers like you that became volunteers, and that's the spirit of this channel. Everyone helps each other here. This is the community you want to subscribe to because everyone here helps one another. Get people thousands of dollars. Under the third stimulus package, there's 5 items you qualify for. Under the second stimulus package, there's 5 items you qualify for, at least. Rent, utilities, food, internet. Still looking for that. And childcare. The food, SNAP. I haven't done that. SNAP. Please go get SNAP. I don't mean the stock. Yeah, I gotta always disclaim that. I don't. Yeah, certainly buy the stock if you want the stock. It's a great stock. But also, I'm referring to the food. SNAP. How do you get it? Reach out to Department of Agriculture or 211. How much is it? What is it? It's money for food. They don't deliver the food. They don't say, here's some steaks from the casino. No, it is money for food. How do you get how much money can you get? Up to $1,400 for family of 4 in Hawaii. Well, how much, what happened? Well, there's near less than 5 things that happen. Hey, Andrew Hall. Everyone welcome Andrew to becoming a Purple Hawk. How are you? Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Everyone welcome Andrew to the family. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and Andrew's here. Andrew's here. So everyone welcome Andrew to the family. This is the things that have happened for SNAP under the third stimulus package. 1, there is now an increase for everyone for 15% for 1 year. Number 2, They've added 6-year-olds into the mix. They were never included before. Number three, that was an executive order. Number three, there's an executive order which makes PBET nationally and gives a 15% increase. What is PBET? It's basically if your school's closed, your child's school is closed because of COVID, you can get money for that child's food as well. Now that child's food is also getting a 15% increase. So it's about $154 a child per month. I mean, this is a lot of money. $154 a month per child. Um, that's on top of your money. Remember, if you're a single parent, single individual, you can get as well. If you're having problems with SNAP or been denied SNAP, reach out to the volunteers. They'll help you as well. Always, when you reach out to the volunteers, be polite, be respectful, be considerate of time, and also say where you are. I'm in Duluth, Minnesota. Here I am. 1,200 people in the room, 600 likes. Let's get to 1,000 likes, and let's get it to 1,500 people in the room. With 30 minutes on the clock, let me tell you where we are. This Thursday, you'll see the new unemployment number shortly before shortly before sunrise on the West Coast. And the number may not be good. This is the number of new people on unemployment. Last week, the number of reoccurring unemployment claims reached 21 million. So the focus as you start the new day is the following: that there's a lot of great stuff in the third stimulus package. And there's a lot of great stuff that's being paid out in the first and second stimulus package. But there's room to change and move, and there's other things you can do as well. First, the first stimulus package is now paying out the $10,000 EIDL grant to non-low-income based applicants. Congratulations, $10,000 checks are coming to you under the first stimulus package. Number two, under the second stimulus package, states and counties and cities now have rent and utilities money that they did not have before. So if you went looking for rent utilities before, LHEAP helps with utilities. It does. Thank you, Wendy. If you went looking for rent utilities before and couldn't find it because it was gone, they now have $300 billion available to spend on you. Number three, the third stimulus package has a $35,000 check in there. It does. If you're a parent of 7 kids, guess what? Because that child ages 1 to 5 will get a $1,400 stimulus check and a $3,600 stimulus check. That child 6 to 17 will get $1,400 plus $3,000 stimulus check. Then I've not mentioned that kid in college. That kid in college will get $1,400 plus $1,700 as a student aid supplement check. You as a parent will get $1,400. Your wife will get $1,400. Your mother, who is elderly and appears on your tax return as an adult dependent, will get $1,400. Everyone will get $1,400. But these add-ons are really big. Your taco truck owner down the street can apply for up to a $5 million grant. You, as the owner of a web design company, can get up to a $5,000 EIDL grant plus more. But there's room to modify, because when the bill lands in the Senate on February 22nd, it may not pass so quickly and may get wonderful, delicious negotiations, because not one, not two, but 3 Democratic senators saying they're not voting for it. They're not voting for it unless you modify the numbers. And this is where the viewers of this channel, the Purple Power, needs to step up. You need to go on social media and tag this video with Bernie Sanders and say, wait a second, it should be $2,000 stimulus checks plus $1,400. It should be $3,200 for adult dependents. You need to tag Ossoff and Warnock. Hey, thank you, Lori Lopez, for the wing and lemon. I appreciate it. You need to tag Ossoff and Warnock to remind them that they were going to give you $2,000 plus $1,400. You need to tag Elizabeth Warren to say, Elizabeth, we need that SSI, SSDI, SSA, Social Security, and Railroad Benefits bill that you talked about, that the president has promised, because it is nowhere. Either put it into this or do it as a standalone bill. a week and a half ago, you did a standalone bill for $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness. It was introduced to the Senate. Do this either in this bill, the 1.9, or do it as standalone. But do it right away because we need this relief. The $200 a month on top of existing benefits can fit into this bill. But she, as a senator, can make a motion to put it in there and hold up the vote because it should be in there. And then everything else, FPUC should be retro. Get behind Ron Wyden. It should be $600 a week. It should not expire in August. And finally, if I was your president, I would not have the stimulus check be one. I would say if unemployment numbers don't improve in 6 months or 5 months, then there should be another stimulus check going right out. Treasury should automatically send out a stimulus check in 5 months if unemployment numbers are not improved. Because guess what? If they're not improved, then why do we have to guess the situation? What's ironic here at the 35-minute mark to end this morning's broadcast is that, as you and I know, economic factors determine where this economy is. And if we know what those economic benchmarks are now in February, we certainly can say if we haven't hit those benchmarks in April, then we haven't hit the benchmarks. Then why do we have to come back in April and do a new bill? We can just put it in this bill. They're playing games, says Elizabeth. They are playing games. August is the month in which they literally go on vacation. They leave the United States. They go to the South Pacific or wherever they go on vacation. They're putting the bill to expire in August and so that they don't get back to it in October. And then you'll wait again for a stimulus check that should have gone out in April to go out in October. I'm pre-warning you. This is the time and place to get them to do the stimulus check reoccurring. If unemployment numbers are not back to normal in April, then Treasury should automatically send out another stimulus check of the same amount, and you don't have to reconvene with a new bill. And you know who also said this but hasn't done it? President Joe Biden. He said we don't need to keep on coming back for bills. We should just have it automatic so we do things easier. Well, he hasn't done it. This is the time and place. With 1,500 people in the room and 800 likes, we almost did it. So thank you for a great morning. I'm next back with you at home LA at 12 noon. Thank you for joining me on a big morning. Take this video, share it on social media. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. Also like this video. If you watch this video after it's live, you cannot chat in the chat after it's live. Some people who are members are wanting to chat in the chat room of the video 5 hours after it's live. I'm sorry, but you can only chat when a video is live. That's the way the platform works, not the way I created the platform. I will repost the PDFs on the community page, youtube.com/LLate for all the members this morning. And stay informed, stay focused. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Keep those likes going up even after the video's over. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a great morning. Keep on smiling. Save LA for more.